Hello and good morning to our listeners from around the world. I want to welcome you again to another beautiful edition of This Morning with Soulivity, broadcasting live from our studio right here in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., and on KMET 1490 AM radio in Southern California. My name is Brian Westley Johnson, and I am joined today by some very special friends, Candice, Harper, and Sheila Applegate. Happy Tuesday, ladies.
Good
Happy
morning.
Tuesday.
Yes, everyone, as you can hear in my voice, I'm a little under the weather, but not so under the weather that I didn't want to be here. So we've got a very special guest that's going to be coming up in just a second. But before we begin, ladies, how has your week been so far?
I've had a great week. I've enjoyed the weekend, and yesterday was a lot of fun. I got to go to a birthday social for my friends from the Onondaga Nation or the Oneida Nation this weekend and do some traditional dancing and be with friends. So that was really nice.
Oh, wow, that's cool. What about you,
Yeah.
Candy?
Well, I was telling you guys earlier, I got to really flex my creative muscles, my visual muscles, my career long ago as an art director, and I renovated my office this week.
Woohoo.
And I'm sitting in it, and it's just beautiful, and I love it. It's homeostasis, which you guys know I'm always looking for. So it was a really good week.
Oh,
That's awesome.
fantastic. Listen, well, we want to remind everybody before we begin that we want your questions, your comments, and your thoughts. Post them right here to the chat on Facebook and YouTube, and we will do shout outs. We'll get your comments up on our live feed so that we can make this conversation interactive. So let me introduce our very special guest for today, HELENE LERNER, the founder of womenworking.com. And so much more. She's here because she's also a television host, an Emmy Award-winning executive producer, a workplace consultant, a prolific author of 14 different books, y'all, and a social media following of 20 million. Woo! And growing. Now, she began her career as a teacher, later working her way up through the management ranks of the New York Times. As CEO of Creative Expansions, a multimedia company, her mission is to empower women and girls. Now, in her latest book, Time for Me, HELENE offers women trying to do it all what she calls 4 power keys so that they can enjoy a more joyful and balanced life. So with that, it is my pleasure to welcome HELENE LERNER to our program. Hey, HELENE.
Hi.
Good morning.
Hi, everyone. And Brian, before we were talking, he said, what a great way to empower your day by tuning in. Empower yourself. And I know once I get up in the morning, I usually have, like, I call it mad mind chatter. My mind is saying all these negative things. And I actually have to do certain things to get myself back on track. And do you want to ask me what those things are?
You
What
go
are
for
those
it.
things?
What are those things?
Okay. So the first thing I do is I say a prayer. Which gets me back on track a little bit. And then I meditate. I listen to a tape and I reaffirm, I'm quiet for a little bit. And then I do calisthenics I live in New York City, and there's a health club, and I go out there, it's about 10 minutes, and I do calisthenics in the pool. And folks, I'm in my third act. And I do calisthenics in my pool, And then I come back and I tune into a few friends that are also very much goal oriented, want to empower themselves, and I've started my day.
Wow.
Started
That's
things.
awesome.
You know,
Wow.
Brian, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on this.
Uh-huh.
I used to think when I was a kid, teenage years, early 20s, I hated discipline. You know, I was a rebel. I was the
Yeah.
rebel in the family. But
Yeah.
now I find that discipline is my friend. When I do these things, no matter how I feel, and it takes a certain amount of discipline,
Yes.
then I get myself back on the right track. What do you guys think about discipline?
Oh.
It's wow. Candice, you want to take that?
Well, I do, because I'm similarly, you know, as a young person, and I think it's common, I guess, when you're young, it was such a foreign concept.
Right.
Right.
Right. It wasn't even in my lexicon. I mean, you know, the way that what I associated with discipline was just, you know, what my parents would insist that I do.
Right.
I noticed, right, that as I get older, I flourish with it. And I almost still have that little part of me that wants to rebel. Like, don't let yourself get too routine. But if I'm disciplined about my food, I'm sleeping good, I'm like, and, you know, my partner will tell you, because he likes to, you know, fly kind of loose with what he eats and stuff. I'm like, I feel so much better when I'm disciplined.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And what I heard you say when Brian asked you, how are you? What have you done? Just clearing out your office space.
Yes.
You know, someone said to me, oh, your desk must be so messy and stuff. If you look at my desk, it is not messy. Because I find that if I have a clear working space and I buy myself some flowers, so there are flowers on my desk.
Yeah.
If I have a clear working space, it helps to have a clear mind.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally. I totally agree with that. I mean, like, and there have been times where just the clutter alone will actually be procrastinating.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So my motto is, when in doubt, throw it out.
I love it. I love it.
Oh shoot. Listen, Helene, we're having a little bit of technical difficulty with your connection. Can you refresh your browser? We're going to take a quick break and we're going to continue the conversation when we come back, okay?
Okay.
All right. We'll be right back in about 2 minutes, everyone. Bye. Hey there, this is Brian with Soulivity.com. I want to share some exciting news about our new Aspire Academy by Soulivity. Now, you probably want to know what the Aspire Academy by Soulivity is. Well, it exclusively connects you with people around the globe and who share the intense desire to improve themselves and create a better life for themselves today. There's classes, there's workshops, there's live events, and even more exclusively just for you. You see, I wanted you to have a safe space where you could grow, you can learn, and it would empower you in all aspects of your life, including your mind, your body, and your soul. So how do you get started? Well, it is so easy. First of all, the best part, joining Aspire Academy is absolutely free. Just click on the Join Now button, sign up, and begin your journey. As a special part of this invitation to you, there are some free courses that are available for you to try from our amazing roster of coaches and collaborators. It's our way of saying thank you for all of your support and being with us along our journey of expansion. I hope you enjoy the Aspire Academy by Soulivity today. Start the process. Learn more about your passion, your purpose, and how to live a higher quality life. And we're back with more of This Morning with Soulivity. We're talking about how to dare to live your life fully every single day with prolific author and founder of womensworking.com, HELENE LERNER. Hey, HELENE.
Hi.
There you are,
Hello.
sounding
Nice.
beautiful now.
Okay, good.
Sheila, you had a fantastic question, so I'm going to let you ask this question for HELENE.
All right. Well, Helene, as I look at everything that you've done over your career, which is immense, and the books and titles that you've put out, it's really clear that throughout your whole process, you have been dedicated to your own self-discovery and then passing that on to others with passion. So I'm just wondering about your journey to really learning to balance your work obligations with your personal journey of evolution.
Well, good question. It wasn't always so easy for me. In my early 20s, I was obese, weighed on me, and very depressed. And I almost jumped out the window. But I didn't do that back. And I commanding was something more in life for it, Helene. And so imagine it was a very profound point in my life. And then I actually that week weight off and keeping it off. They started to go to their meeting, and it was a breaking point. Came off within about 6 months. Maintain that weight loss now for many. But what it gave deep desire to empower through group support, because I that when I got the message alone and other people, and they were sharing their guts out, it was when I really connected, created the multimedia company. How do I balance something? Candy brought. I need to read my own book. I need to
Oh,
forget to do some of the things that are so necessary. We're talking, and I'm
Helene,
but
we're still having a little bit of technical difficulty with your mic. It's cutting in and out a little bit. We're gonna let you refresh your mic again, and then we're gonna continue. I guess there's just something going on with the system today, or internet, or something like that. We just want to make sure that people are like hearing you clearly and distinctly.
now
We can hear you. It's just going in and out a little bit.
that is weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's cutting in and out.
This is what happens on a live stream, everybody.
Right?
This is what happens sometimes. She's not going anywhere, though. We're going to hold her.
Okay, is this
Just try to
better?
No, it's still going in and out. Try refreshing your browser one more time, and we'll be right here. So everybody, we're going to take a quick break, get these technical difficulties sorted, and we'll be right back.
Okay.
6 years ago, when I started Soulivity, my vision was to support everyone in improving their life through the discovery of their passion and purpose, so they could become the best version of themselves, to battle fear and ignorance, and create a better world today. Get inspired to live your passion and purpose. Visit Soulivity.com now.
And we're back with more of This Morning with Soulivity. We're here with HELENE LERNER. We're trying to iron out some technical difficulties so that you guys can hear her clearly because she's got so much to say. While we're waiting for her, I love the fact, guys, that she's written this great book called Time for Me. I think sometimes that when we're living our lives and that kind of thing, that we get so busy that we do not take care of ourselves. And she wrote this book specifically for women, you know, who she says who do too much. And so what do you guys, well, I mean, do you find yourselves doing this sometimes?
Well, heck yeah. And I'm not even, like I said, I'm not even a mom, and I find myself a dog mom. But I find myself forgetting that, yeah, like time for yourself is real. I love the cover of her book too, because it's got all the little things I love. Like
right.
Yeah, I
Great
know.
cover.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Hey,
And,
Helene.
hi, folks.
There
Can
you
hear
Sounding
are.
me?
good. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I changed computers.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Great.
Sorry about that.
No problem at all. So, you were answering a question about your
Yes,
journey.
I was saying I need to read my own book.
Right.
I need to read my own book, but you know what? Here's the stuff I do for me now. So I do have a busy work day. I start very early in the morning.
Yeah.
But one thing I absolutely need is I need to have that calisthenics, simple things in the water so I move those muscles. I'm in my third act. I need to meditate a little bit. And I love, 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 love flowers. And I know many women around the world love flowers. And so we have a place, I think you have it where you are too, not around the world, but in the States, Trader Joe's.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm a Trader Joe'er. I go in there and I buy my flowers, and they're not that expensive. And then I make little arrangements that I put all around my home, my office, and it just makes me feel good. Because you know what, women, we're all like flowers. I love roses. And let's say the rose that's not opened, I see that as a woman almost in her early 20s, where it's beautiful, it's lovely, it's opening. Then we see the rose that's opened a little bit more. Yeah. And then we see roses like me in the third act. Open. And yet there's beauty at each stage.
Well, I don't know about all that, Helene. I think you're just getting started, actually.
Right.
And like we talked about before, one thing to realize for all of us is that if you use the analogy of an accordion, right? The accordion goes out and then goes back in, goes out and goes back in. So we need to take that time every day to regroup and recharge. And Brian said when he heard that analogy, that's what creates.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Candy, do you have a question?
Huh? Oh, I was like so languishing and luxuriating.
And hearing the music.
Right. And also just the visual, what Helene was talking about with having flowers around in her routine. Like my thing is I do a 5-mile hike every morning that I can, and plants because of the oxygen. So I like what I was thinking about when you were talking about it, just all the possible ways to be inspired to grow natural things.
Yes.
Yes.
And also, you mentioned something about meditation. And so I wanted to ask you to talk about meditation a little bit, because I know for different people, sometimes we fuse prayer and meditation. We think that it's an asking. Sometimes we think it's a quieting of the mind. What is your preferred sort of way of centering and meditating?
Well, I think whatever works for people is good. I'm going to say his name, and if you're listening, Mr. Paul, you have been such an important part of my life. There was a Unity minister, Paul Tenalia, And Paul was also an actor. So his sermons were like a broad Sunday in New York City. And there's something many years ago, Brian, I never told you this story, but I was a little bit down and out myself. And Paul had a sermon many years ago called Dreams Don't Die. And I listened to that every morning because what he was saying is that if it's like a Jack in the Box, right? Remember those toys that we had as kids?
Yes.
If you have a dream and you're not exercising your dream, it's going to keep popping up in very different ways.
Yes.
And that inspiration helped me at a downtime keep going for my dreams. And I think, Candy, I'm not sure if I'm answering your question right now, but I'll get back to the meditation. I think what COVID has taught me, and what I say to many women, because I do many events, especially with working women, is that we need to resurrect those things that have been on the back burner, that we put away, maybe those dreams, because I'm seeing women ask the question now after COVID, after this exhaustion that we've all felt, is what makes it worth it to me. And so I say that because Paul's Dreams Don't Die is a way that I, every morning, get up, I listen to that, I remind myself, and at the end of it is a time to meditate. And I've meditated using a mantra. I've also meditated listening to my breath. What I think a lot of people who don't meditate get hung up with, and people who do meditate, is that no one is doing it wrong. If thoughts in the mind keep coming up, you don't criticize yourself. That's the nature of the mind. Say, thank you for sharing, and get back to either focusing on a word, your breath, a mantra, whatever it is. There's no bad way of meditating. And so whatever works for you, this is what works for me right now.
Yeah, I love that.
Wow. Thank you for that, Helene. Listen, I know that your time is short. We always enjoy you coming here. And I know we're not going to let you go. You can always come back here.
But I want to read one thing before.
I was going to ask you, like, for today, because you always have the perfect thought.
Way of ending.
Exactly. The perfect
Listen,
thought
I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. I wrote this in one of my books. But I want you to get time for me. Simple pleasures for women who do too much. That's very important. But in one of my other books, I talked about the Fulfillment Manifesto and what I see and I wish for all women around the world. Unfortunately, some of the places we work at, some of the people we may meet, may not share our desire for equity and growth. But in the end, it's up to us to reach deep within and never give up, to love ourselves no matter what, to express our talents and our gifts, to reach out for help when we need it, to take care of our health, to live abundantly, and to create our lives according to our own design.
Wow. Wow.
Very nice.
We don't want to let you go.
Well, you got a lot to talk about. Thank you so much, folks. Thank you for all the good work you're doing.
Thank you, Helene. Thank you, Helene.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah, please, everyone, go out and buy her latest book, Time for Me, Self-Care and Simple Pleasures for Women Who Do Too Much. It's available at our Go Shop, which is listed here, or anywhere where books are sold. Ladies, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with more of This Morning with Soulivity.
Awesome.
You can find all the Satonic products at our Go shop on Soulivity at go.soulivity.com now. Shop for beauty products, skincare, hair care. It is all there at the Go shop. Go shop Soulivity.
And we're back with more of This Morning with Soulivity. I'm joined by my beautiful co-hosts, Sheila Applegate and Candice Harper. And we're talking about, how do you live your life? How do you dare to live your life more full, right? Every single day. We just had our great guest, HELENE LERNER, who's the founder of womenworking.com, on. She always brings the noise and the funk, y'all, in terms of like just setting it straight, right?
Yeah.
Setting it straight. I mean, I think we work so hard, and I think we don't take care of ourselves sometimes. So what are your thoughts about HELENE and what she was talking about, Sheila?
Oh, I loved hearing her talk about her journey, and she just seems so passionate about helping others and shifting the way that society perceives success.
Absolutely. And Candice, what do you think? What are you thinking right now?
Nope.
Candice, you there?
Did we
Did we
lose
lose
her?
Candy?
No.
You didn't lose me. I was muted.
Oh,
I didn't realize I was
it was
muted.
so powerful. So
Right?
powerful.
I'm guessing Mercury must be retrograde.
I
right? I know it
know.
always is. But
but I was in the middle of saying, and I was going on and on. You should have heard me. It was fantastic.
It was so
You're
good,
awesome.
Right? But I was saying that I love HELENE. She always brings that energy. And you know, I love what she was saying about the shifting of the world, and also this pointing at you know, her book subject, Time for Me. I feel like, you know, it's what we're always preaching, and you know what ultimately is what actually helps us to function with each other. It's that willingness to fill ourselves up, you know. So I love what she talks about.
The question is, why don't we do that more?
Fill ourselves up.
Yeah, why don't we take time? I think sometimes in certain societies, you know, taking a break, you know, feeding yourself that self-nourishment is like, we're kind of told, oh, if you do that, you're being selfish, or you know, you're not being productive, or whatever. I think there's some self-talk that's there sometimes. Do you guys agree, disagree?
Yeah, I definitely agree. You know, in my work, I have to take care of myself, because you can't show up to do a reading or channel if you're not in full alignment. So it's my job to take care of myself. But even listen to those words. Like, that's what I have to do sometimes, is say, well, all right, sleeping right now or doing this right now is part of my job. And it's like, so I have like twisted my mind to say that this is work, this is productive. And then now it's that layer of, okay, Sheila, you can do this even if it's not productive. Like, that would be okay. You know?
Right. And I love, Candy, like, you're taking these hikes, right? So you're getting this energy, you're getting this physical activity, you're out in nature, you know, you're by the water. I know a lot of times you'll go by the water there. Man, I mean, that must feel rejuvenating for you.
It really does. And I have to say, in combination to what you said and what Sheila was saying, so when you asked about like, why don't we? And I think, I mean, for me, the journey has been a crossover from thinking that I had to live for the approval of others
Right.
and
Right.
do the things that others, will be pleased by, or the things that will make others love me. I think, and I don't know if it's a generational thing, but, if you're raised by parents who really expect you to excel, it's almost like they inadvertently teach you that you have to be good enough for
Right.
it and
Right.
for love and filling yourself up. And I feel like my crossover of my life, and the reason that I am so dedicated to that, being out in nature and taking care of myself, is it's like what Sheila was saying. I can't do my work if I don't understand that I am a vessel of it, and that it's my responsibility to take care of this vessel.
Right.
And when I'm not taking care of it, it shows.
Oh,
does,
yeah.
yeah.
You start getting real clear indications
Yeah.
physically, right? You manifest that in your body,
Yeah.
or other things happen, your car breaks down, or, and it's kind of like, no. And it's like things that can easily be fixed, right? Or you can time. Those are
Right.
those signs that are
Yeah.
like, listen, you need to sit your behind down
Right.
and take care of yourself.
And the thing too is, when it comes to things like tiredness or lack of nutrition, like when we are, I don't want to use the word negligent because it's a wrong making to say that you have to constantly be being perfect. But for me, it like changes the chemical makeup of my brain. So even to have the motivation and the inspiration, it's,
Right.
I'm not a space for it when I'm
Yeah.
not being good to myself.
I think Candy, I
Right.
think you're in the flow, right?
Yeah.
Everything around us, I think is based in love.
Yeah.
And so when we're giving love to ourselves in that way, right, where we're taking the walk, we're doing something physical, we're eating, more nutritious and more helpful foods, right? We are taking those breaks. We're in love, right? We're in that space. And so everything just shifts.
Yeah.
Right.
The practice.
Right.
That's self-love in a full expression, right? That's the practice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, totally.
Wow. Wow. This is a really, I'm glad we, again, see Helene, see what you done did.
I know. She was right. Like we need to write our own book.
Right.
She mentioned earlier. What did she say? Empowering something. She said in the title.
Empower your morning.
Empower your morning.
Yeah.
Start your morning
Right.
empowered. I don't know, something like that. We lost it. We got to get it back.
Listen, we're gonna take another quick break, and when we come back, maybe we can talk about like some tips that we can give people about how to start living their life to the fullest. And so we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of This Morning with Soulivity.
Hi there, Sheila Applegate here with some exciting news. I've joined the incredible Soulivity team as the host of the new Consciously Awesome live show, where I will be sharing insights to help you discover your full brilliance and claim the vibrant life you deserve. So tune in every Wednesday right here on Soulivity TV to join the fun, and remember to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an awesome week, and I will see you on Wednesday.
Have you ever asked the question, if I was to be anything, what would I be? Regardless of money, regardless of status, beyond popularity and fame, living your passion, feeling your life has purpose. Soulivity is a space to nurture, that which lives in all of us. A place where work can become play, and doing what we love creates the dreams of a lifetime.
And we're back with more of This Morning with Soulivity, and we're talking about how dare to live your life fully every day. We just had HELENE LERNER on, who is the founder of womenworking.com. She always brings the noise and the funk to the conversation. And we want to kind of leave you guys with some good tips on how to live your life to the fullest. There's a great article from the Berkeley Wellbeing Institute. And a name of the article is Live Life to the Fullest, 64 Ways to Live a Full Life. And it's really, really good. We'll put the link in our chat a little bit later. But they start out by saying numerous studies have shown that meaning in life, contentment, and satisfaction in life all contribute to greater well-being. Meaning in life is also related to greater feelings of love and joy and lower fear, anger, shame, and sadness. This suggests that living life to the fullest may be crucial for our happiness. So, Sheila, you were talking this about before, like, to be your full self in support of others, you have learned to treat yourself and give yourself what you need so that you can give that love and support to other people. Like, you're filling your cup, right?
Right.
You're filling your cup first. And so one great tip that is from this article is to schedule one enjoyable activity every single day. And it says, even if you only have 5 minutes, this time can help boost positive emotions and feel more like you're living your best life. I think that's pretty cool.
That is cool. And a little sad. I hope people I hope people are enjoying their day more than 5 minutes a day.
Yeah.
But if you're not, start with 5.
Start with 5, right? Right. What do you guys think? Sheila, what's another way that maybe even you're doing that you haven't mentioned?
Well, that I haven't mentioned in all the shows. Let's go. I don't know if that's going to be here, but soul connection is so important to me. And I don't think it matters what the dogma or the language you use is, but taking time to see life beyond the mundane and to explore the connectedness that is this earth experience is so important in whatever way you do it. And I think imagination and creativity, I think we need to tap into our creativity in some way or another, whether that's just, like HELENE was talking about arranging flowers and bringing them into her home. It could be little or it could be big, but without imagination and creativity, I think it's a little humdrum.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Candice, what about you? I know you're taking these beautiful walks that we all want to go with you on.
Right. You're welcome at any time. You can come. I mean, we're local, so you and Sasha can come.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
So I think what Sheila's pointing at and what comes up for me is this idea of self-expression, being willing and able to be fully self-expressed, right? And I have an amazing coach, shout out Coach Mika Joseph, who she helped me with a couple of things in that regard. So, one of the ways I think it's very important to live fully, and I think the main way is to be able to be fully self-expressed. And to get to that point, there has to be that willingness to realize that you won't get in trouble.
Yeah.
You said that to me at one point, and it almost brought me to tears, because I was like, here I am, 51 years old, still worried about if I say or do the wrong thing.
Right.
Somebody's going to come and punish me or take something away, or I'm going to suffer a loss, or, it's not going to go the way I want, or I'm going to be embarrassed. Like we often walk around with a paradigm that's unconscious or subconscious of it's going to go badly. I'm going to get in trouble.
Right.
And the thing that she gave me to help release that paradigm was, and you can get it free on YouTube, the Ho'oponopono prayer, the Hawaiian prayer.
Yeah.
Which is basically a combination of I'm sorry, I love you, please forgive me, I am grateful.
Yeah.
And different ones you listen to do that in different combinations. And I use that as my meditation mantra.
Yeah.
And just that alone just helps me to release any of that past sort of stuff that says, if you do what you want to do, it's going to go badly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever that might be for you, like that willingness to take a few minutes to just, sit in a quiet mantra, quiet meditation. Ho'oponopono is a great one to use. And just let yourself slough away all that stuff that tells you you can't or you shouldn't.
Candy, you must have been like reading my mind on this, because there was just this last week that was coming up again for me. And I went into meditation and prayer, and just I was able to localize it in my body. And what happened was that energy was something that I was holding on to from my childhood.
Yeah.
And had to deal with my biological mother. And, I kind of imagined that she had come into my space, and basically she was like, you can let that go. That has nothing to do with our relationship. I love you, please forgive me, forgive yourself, and move on. And I could just feel that just kind of like leaving my body. And so thank you for that. Thank you for telling people about that, because I think that a lot of times we just carry that. We carry that stuff with us. And you have to go through things like the prayer that you just gave, or go to coaches, or get some support to get that stuff out of your body, out of your system, out of your psyche, because that is definitely going to block you from having a full life.
And it's so insidious. It just comes up.
Oh
I don't
yeah.
even know.
Oh yeah. You could be having the greatest experience of your life, and it will just sneak in there like, this is not going to last forever, right?
Right. Or not understanding why you can't stop procrastinating.
Right. Exactly.
Like, why can't I get anything done? Well, it's because in the back of your mind, you're telling yourself, oh, it's not going to work out. I'm going to get in trouble. Someone's going to hate it.
Just a couple of real quick ones that, while we have a couple of minutes here. One is write a live life to the fullest essay, which is writing or journaling can be good ways to explore what really matters to you. Start visualizing what your life would look like if you were living it to the fullest. And then ask yourself, what does love look like to you? And is it romantic love and all that? And then write that statement out. It could serve somewhat of a personal mission statement to help you create the life that you want. Another one is fill your life with gratitude. So, you can use techniques like a gratitude list or a gratitude journal. I think
gratitude cards.
Yeah, gratitude cards.
By the end.
We'll talk about it in just a second. Yeah, because these are all fantastic things that you can use, because I think that just stays grounded in that there's more to life than what our five senses may be telling us and what our old past pain may be telling us. So it's a lot there. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have more of This Morning with Soulivity.
6 years ago, when I started Soulivity, my vision was to support everyone in improving their life through the discovery of their passion and purpose, so they could become the best version of themselves, to battle fear and ignorance, and create a better world today. Get inspired to live your passion and purpose. Visit Soulivity.com now.
And we're back with more of This Morning with Soulivity. Final thoughts, Candy.
Well, I mean, this has just been a beautiful conversation. It has energized my day. I would say this, even though I think a lot of times when we're in these transformational conversations, it can be easy to just be like, oh, it's so simple. Do this thing. What I would want people to walk away with for today is just the understanding that even in the darkest of moments, there is the possibility for choice.
Right.
Right? And some people, they say things like choose your hard, like whatever it is that you're endeavoring, whether it's to stay in bed and lay in bed and feel really, really bad. And I know sometimes that's a chemical situation, but there's choice within that. And there's nothing wrong with making that choice if that's what you need to do. And there's choice within actually forcing yourself to get up. And either way, there's going to be challenge. There's going to be difficulty around it. And so it's that willingness to just let yourself make a choice, commit to the choice, and just allow yourself to be. Like if people walk away with anything, I want them to walk away with making ourselves wrong, giving yourself a hard time, not willing to allow yourself to rest and be good to yourself is something you just want to be really aware of, because it's unproductive and it's unworkable as far as your sustainability as a person.
Absolutely. Make that change. I was hearing that as you were talking.
Are you?
Yeah, it's in my head. I was like, okay, yeah, that's right. Sheila, final thoughts.
I want to springboard off of what you said, Candice, because I'm thinking about being okay with as much as you can do in that moment. Because in those dark times, I'm thinking about, a few years ago when I was launching my children into adulthood and having a new partner in my life and changing my work, and my parents both with dementia and Alzheimer's. I was on constant go, and I was doing things to take care of myself, better than almost, most people probably do, because I knew how to do that. And I was seeking help, but it still did a number on my autoimmune. And so I had to then heal again when it settled down. And I think I just wanted to give compassion to people in those moments that are so intense. You do the best you can to take care of yourself, and know it will get better and you'll have more time.
Absolutely.
I don't know how I can come behind all that. Listen, I'm going through this right now because, as I said at the top of the hour, me and my wife caught a little, head and chest kind of cold or whatever. And I always take that as my body's telling me that I need to take some time. And because I look at that always as chemicalization of what's going on in my psyche, and that I'm processing something and all that kind of thing. And that means I have to take some time to rest. And so I just implore people to take this show today and the information that was shared today and really take it to heart. It is perfectly fine for you to have a good time doing things that you enjoy, may it be physical activity, eating good and nutritious food, taking a nap. And you don't need a reason to do any of those things. Just do it for yourself. It doesn't have to be in response to anything either. And make that your practice. Make living your life full a practice. I think that you'll have a better life, because, as my old minister Howard Caesar used to say, life is really meant to be good. It really is. It really is. So we talked about one way that people can do and create this practice. And there are some free 100 days of gratitude cards that's D'Angelo has graciously put up on our website. And you can find out more information by going right here to soulivity.com/D'Angelo-Thompson. And you can download these cards right to your computer and start a gratitude practice, which is all part of living your life full. So thanks, D'Angelo, for that. We're going to keep promoting that so that people can do that daily practice. Candy, you've got some wonderful things that are happening in your world. Can you let us know a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'm still accepting submissions for my compilation book, and it will be entitled "It's Homeostasis," and it's a compilation of stories of BIPOC plus women, stories about home, whether traumatic or tumultuous or dreamy and dynamic and fantastic. I want to hear your stories. There's gonna be a coupling podcast along with it. But if you'd like to submit your story for the book and possibly to be on the podcast, the link is bit.ly/it's homeostasis. The actual word is homeostasis.
It's homeostasis. I
Right.
love that. You're so cool. That's so cool. I love it.
And
I love it.
any proceeds from the book will go to creating housing stability for BIPOC plus women of color or young people, and also the contributors to the book will also benefit from the proceeds.
I just had a wonderful idea. You need to get with Sasha because of her company Mana in terms of their affordable housing.
Oh
For
yeah.
people. So that would be a great connection that would be there. So let's make that happen.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely.
Yeah. Sheila, I know you got cool stuff for the soul happening.
I do. So as always, we have a special discount for Soulivity listeners to get a soul connection session with me. That's $44 off your first one by using the promo code SOLE23, Soul23. And that's just an opportunity to work together to help you connect deeper with your own soul energy and connect to the soul frequency of the people that you love.
Fantastic.
And then we have the Joy Keepers Network.
Yeah. So in the link, we also have the next Joy Keepers Cafe, which is coming up tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
And it's for people all over the world. It's a Zoom link that you'll get.
Yeah. And so please go to joykeepers.org and check it out. It's going to be fantastic. Again, HELENE is just wonderful. And Sheila, you're going to be leading the opening prayer. Or
I'll lead a meditation.
Meditation.
So it's a free gathering, and it's very informal. But I lead you into a meditation on joy, and then we meditate silently together. And then people who choose to stay and share our experience and tell a little bit about themselves and how joy is in their life. Yeah, it's really uplifting. And it's short. It's easy to jump in and inspire your day.
Sweet. And it's funny because with our time left, tomorrow your Consciously Awesome Living is on discovering your inner spark.
There you go. See? So it all is connected.
So everybody, you can go to soulivity.com or right here on Soulivity TV on any of our social media platforms, and Consciously Awesome Living with Sheila is going to be broadcasting at noon tomorrow. So you want to make sure you check that out. Wow, this is a great show. Another great show. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah. Listen, on behalf of all of us, I want to just say thank you so much for joining us for another episode of This Morning with Soulivity. We hope that you come back and join us every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern for our live broadcast, or listen Thursday and Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific on KMET 1490 a.m. for all of you out on the West Coast. Until next time, keep on having real conversations with passion and purpose, and create that life full of high quality living today. Thanks, ladies. Appreciate you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
All right. Bye, everybody.
This work is subject to copyright owned by Affinity Global LLC. Any reproduction or republication of all or part of this is expressly prohibited unless Affinity Global LLC has explicitly granted its prior written consent. All other rights reserved.